Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Smart Worker. I'm Dave Rolfe, and it is January 30th. So this is the second last day of the month because there's 31 days in January. So if you need to place orders, place them today because it all counts, and that's an important thing to do to finish off your month and move forward. So what we're going to do today is now part 2 of the Nikken Share app. So I'm now going to share my page with you. And, if you can keep the noise down to a dull roar, that would be appreciated. So we have a clean recording. And if for some reason it doesn't work, then I will record it again and we'll get to have a clean recording for this. Okay, here we go. So the Nikken Share application, part 2, a training program. So we're going to start here with the My Day functions. And so what I suggest you do is have your phone handy. I've got mine here, and then you can play along. It's kind of sing along with Dave, and we'll learn how to play with this instrument and make it work so that it just hums. And here's what I'm finding. Because I'm doing this, I've been going on and off this application. I've been writing things, testing things, and really it's number of times over equals certainty and control. But more importantly, I'm clearing up the terms that are used. And here's a big tip for everybody. A misunderstood word causes no action. So if a person is reading something and they don't understand what they're reading, then they don't go into action with regard to what they're reading. If they understand completely the word and the concept and the text that's being generated, then they understand it, then they can apply it. It's easy to do. Okay, so here's your My Day screen open. And again, on the left, you can see that there's information in my Day section. Yours could be blank because you haven't figured out how to populate any information there, and that's what this video is all about. If you scroll on the My Day, it will then go to whatever else is further down, and then you'll get to finally to see a plus sign. And this plus sign is a very important little button that we're going to use, because it's going to open up your ability to then have data show up on your home screen and your My Day page. Okay, so let's and basically what the listings on here, if you could look at this, is it's a join Nikken on Facebook. It's a link. It's an alert. Contact your upline. It's an alert. Follow up with the Inori. She's my new consultant distributor, so customer distributor. So that gives me just that thing. I'm on top of it anyway, but these are reminders, and it acts kind of like a secretary. Okay. So now this is the first key function, setting up your My Day display with customized cards function. So if you have your page open and you scroll up all the way till you see that plus sign, and when you press the plus sign, magic occurs. And what occurs is what's called your customized cards. And you can see it says My Day, it says events, it says prospects, it says alerts, and it says samples. Now, for me, I've got them all on. For you, you might want to have one of them on, maybe a combination. You only want to look at a couple things, fine. You click in whatever you want to click in, and that's how it works. Okay, so we go to the next page. So you got the customized card open. So I'm going to read this little paragraph here. A card is defined as a short snapshot of a larger amount of information. Please mute.
Most of the languages.
Please mute.
Oops. Similar to American Russians.
Lynn?
Yes, I'm
Kick that guy off. Okay, so a card is defined as a short snapshot of a larger amount of information. On the My Day page, and based on order, and order means how you've got them placed, you will see information from the cards you have selected. So the cards are My Day card, sample card, prospects card, events card, alerts card. So now here's the interesting thing. When you put your cursor over the dots, and you can see that I've got that highlighted, you can then change what sequence or how the order is. So for example, you can see on the left, I have my day, sample, prospects, events, and alerts. Now on the right screen, I have alerts, my day, prospects. I'm moving the sample. So you move the whole line. So you can effectively change however you want. And then at the bottom, it says save card layout. Real easy to do. Here's the suggestion, just play with that. And so that you practice it, put some on, put some off, take them on, take them off, see what it looks like, see how you feel, because then after a while, it's just click, click, done, click, click, done, and it's very useful. So at the top of that page, there's also something else. It's the filter and edit tab. So again, if you open that screen and you look at your My Day page, and then you click on See All, then you see at the top, filter and edit. Now, what the filter button does is it shows you what you want to filter. Do you want actions shown, events shown, follow-ups, share, reminders, training, or no filter? So in other words, you're not filtering out something. Everything that is going to be there is going to be there. So from my view, in this particular case, you just no filter. And again, the same thing with show me, it's the same thing. Last 30 days, my day, completed or deleted. So it just tells you what you want to see on your screen. On the edit side, when you click on that tab, then what opens is this window that you're seeing right here. And now you have the choice to click all. So any circle down below that you've got listed there would then all of a sudden light up. You've seen this when you do an email or you're getting rid of some data on your computer. When you click all, it highlights them all. You push either completed, deleted, or cancel. So it's a function of, and I'm going to show you some examples of this as we move forward, where you have a prospect, you're done with it, you press completed, they're gone. Or you no longer want to do with that customer, you click deleted, they're gone. And that's what the green button is, and the trash can is they're completed, deleted, and of course this is canceled. All right, so there we go on that function. Again, just practice on here. Now, how does the information become posted as an alert? So if you go to My Day, or you go to prospects, or you go to events and alerts, whatever is listed was placed there by an action from one of those same pages. So if, for example, you went to the people icon, and again, you go to you got your My Day page open, and then I've got mine listed, and I've got, that would be prospects, and I've got see all, and then there's a plus button down at the bottom. This is a very key instrument. So go to the people icon, click on the plus sign, and the first page on the left asks you where you want to get the name from. So when I click plus, then it gives me that add prospects. Now, in this particular case, I went to my phone book and I put my son-in-law on there, and there he is. And away we go. I added his information. And just like you saw before in the previous video, a card comes up. I blocked out his pertinent information so he doesn't get bombarded, but the idea is all posted there, his email, his phone number, etc. And he's just right now a prospect. And again, there's lots of things that we can do, but here's what happens. Once he's there, all of a sudden his information is now populated in prospects. Now, right now, there's no other information connected with John. We haven't set up any alerts. We haven't sent him any videos and any of that sort of stuff. He's just now in there. He's in my prospects. And if I've posted that card on my My Day page, he'll show up there. What does this allow me to do? It allows me to click on him and do something. It allows me to follow up with them, and we'll see how that works. And again, up here in the top right, you've got the edit function for John, and we'll see how that works later. And then you see that the name is posted. All right. How to create and add tags, check history. So now here's this character, his name's Dave Rolfe, and he's a prospect. And underneath that, there's three functions that can be done. I can send him media, I can check and add tags, and I can check his history. Well, if you check on the tag, so if you open up one and you've got a client there and you click on tags, a new window opens up here. Has my name because that's the card I'm on. And then it has assigned tags, if there are any, and available tags, and then create a tag. So you can see here by what's listed, I've got the tags water, sleep, nutrition, stress, business. Now I created all those tags by just typing in on the box where it says create the tag and pressing on the plus sign. So basically what this is, it's a reminder to you of what you want to focus on with this person. In most cases, it's going to be one tag. And then if you check the history, which is the next tab down, what you're going to see is what you've done, what you've seen, and what you've experienced, what you've sent him, or anything like that, a text message or a video. So over on the right, in my testing, I sent myself some videos and things to do and things to watch just to see how it worked. So again, you want to practice in that respect with that, maybe with another distributor, so you can see how it works. Okay. Now you can set up specific alerts. Now this is a really neat function. Now we're going off the prospect list right now. There's many places you can do this, but for right now, we'll do the prospect list. So you can see the bell listed. So beside Aaron Bump, you've got the bell. Beside Tom Jones, you've got the star. Same with John Richards' star. Dave Rolfe's got a bell, another bell for Dave Rolfe, and then so on and so forth. So the star means that you haven't set up a specific alert. The bell means you have. So if you see down at the bottom, the bell is red, that means there are some alerts. So if I went to my alerts tab, I would see alerts for Aaron Bump, Dave Rolfe, and that's how that works. So it's just again, it's a reminder. So let's say you add the new customer, and we're doing Tom Jones here. So we added Tom Jones, we click on that Tom Jones name, and the new window opens up, and let's create the alert. Alert, oh, look at that, there's a typo, alert. Huh. So anyway, it does sound like that, but it's not spelt right. Anyway, we'll deal with that later. So there you get to choose the reminder date. So you can put the Saturday, January 21st at 11 a.m. and then set the reminder. Now, what happens when you do that, it gets posted where it needs to be posted in My Day and with the alerts section, because it's an alert, it's a reminder, you got to do something. And now let's say you set it in the future, it's going to show up on that date in the future, which is really kind of cool. So it's kind of like doing a calendar in advance. So again, you want to play with this, do them today, do them tomorrow, see what happens, see how it sets up for you. And as I've been doing this program over a couple of weeks, I've set up lots of alerts that have shown up and things have changed. It's really very informative. So you want to, again, practice and play. And this will be posted, and so you'll be able to review this information all the time. Okay. Now, My Day with alerts in first section. So we have Tom Jones there. We've set him up. We set up an alert. It comes up on My Day. Now we go to that alert and we click on it, and a new page opens. And the new page that opens is, respond to the link, Tom Jones. Now here it's going to show me what I've done with him. It's click on the information below, follow up with Tom Jones. So I've got his email, I've got his phone number. I can view his prospect, or I can get rid of him, delete him, or it's all what we've discussed has already been done. So again, this is the secretary. So this is the function of you've had a prospect, you did something with them, you listed them in there, and you sent them something, you set up an alert, it reminded you on the date that you need to follow up. And so now it's, well, what are you going to do with it? So you're either going to follow through with it, add something more, send them some other things, or view the prospect details. So let's go to the next page. So when we view the prospect details from that home page, so here we got view that, his name comes up. And again, that's his file. And then we can edit that screen. We can check on any tags. We can add a tag. Maybe there's been a further conversation. Maybe we want to send him another video. That's all part of that functionality. So the functionality is really simple and it's repetitive. So once you do it 2 or 3 times, you're going to feel very comfortable with using it. And that's quite intuitive, actually. All right. Now, responding to alert from another window. So basically the same thing applies. So Tom Jones was also listed in prospects plus the My Day screen. So again, if I were in prospects and I said, oh yeah, I got to call Tom today, and I click on that, same thing happens. So you get that window, what happened, what do you want to do with it, what's his personal information, do you need to edit it, and just click on those screens. So you can either delete it, you can say it's completed, or you can ignore it and move on. I mean, the choice is yours. That's really kind of nice. Now, if you select delete prospect, you get a message from Nikken. You get this kind of email. So if we're in the edit section of Tom Jones, and at the very bottom or in the middle of the bottom section, you say delete prospect. Now, there are, if you look closely at the next window, at the top, it says delete close. And then there's an email from Nikken. So there's actually 2 things going on here, which I'm still trying to work on and figure out completely, but here's what I know so far. To delete the Tom Jones, you use the top delete button in the black. And if you want to close out that, you don't want to do anything, just put close or go back. But if you read what it is, you're receiving this message because you have requested to delete your prospect data. Note that deleting your prospect data will delete all prospect contact information and history from your Nikken Inc. app. To delete your data, see, it says to delete your data, click on the following link. So it's just working this out, because if you go there, I've pushed that button a couple of times and that's opened up things I don't want to open up. So just be careful with that function when you're playing with it, because you can delete the customer really easy. You don't have to go through that, just click the top delete button and it's done. And then as more information becomes available on this, I will let you know. Now, in the video, if you watch the training video from the company that created the program, they said that the only way to add a prospect is by sending a video. And this must have been changed, because you can add a new prospect as shown that we already went through, and now here again. So you just prospect page, click the plus button, add the prospect. Where do you want to get it from? So in this case, it's now Tom Brady. And so we added him as a customer, put his phone number, his email, his card came up, which again gives me the ability to, send him a video, add a tag, look at history, set up a special alert like we've already seen can happen. So you can create it. You can add as many prospects as you want. You don't have to send anything. So as you go along and you find somebody, you add them to the list, you figure out what they need, you send them the information, and away you go. Okay. Creating an alert by sending an invite to an event. So we kind of dealt a little bit with this in the first video, so that if you create an event and you click on your event, it's going to come up. You get to invite people to your event. And then the next, when you click on invite, it shows existing prospects or device contacts. And then the following information below says who's been invited and who's not invited, which is really cool. So it gives you control on that. Now, and that's really simple to do. So again, if you post an event and this is what you want to do and you want to invite somebody to that event, then it's easy to follow. In the next, what we also came into was a little bit of a challenge was, well, what if it's not your event and it just shows you this link? Well, this is interesting. If you just put your cursor over the link and hover, this page opens up. So don't click on it, but just hover on it or hold it, and this page opens up. So you want to practice with that a couple of times until you feel comfortable with it, but that's what I did, and this window opened up, and guess what? Once this window opens up, you can then do a number of actions. You can open the link, you can copy the link, or you can share the link. And if you want to share this with your prospect, then this is where you would do that. So the functions there versus what we talked about last week was, it'd be nice if it had a button to share the link. Well, it is there. It's really easy to get to. You don't have to copy and paste if you don't want to, but you can. So there you go. All right. All right, so now let's go on to the next tab at the bottom of your screen, which is the gift box. And you'll see when you click on the gift box, this window opens up. And the idea here was to use credits. And then those credits would allow you to send the bracelet and then the video and all that sort of stuff as a sample. We got it at a really low price. Really simple process. And again, it's you just follow what it says on the screen to do. And every time you click on an area, a new window comes. So I didn't have enough credits when I took this. So basically I had to buy credits, and it sends you to your back office to go buy the credits. And then once that's done, then once you want to send the offer to somebody and send the sample, you click on that box, and then this opens up. And then you've got the video. And again, here's my suggestion. Watch every video that's on this page and on this Nikken share, so that I'm going to go over what they all are because I did that, but that gives you some more control as to what you want to send or how you want to send it or why you want to send it. So the video here, it's unboxing time, basically shows someone receiving the power band and putting it on. And it could be used to show somebody what they're going to be getting, or it could be used to give some instructions once they've received it. So it's got two functions. So you should really watch the video so you understand how you want to apply it. Okay, getting started, media functions. So the media page is really cool. Now, this is where we talked about something last week is now going to be introduced here, and I'll explain that very shortly. But when you open the media page, you got all the videos, and you've got videos on the business. You've got videos for social media. You've got videos on instructions for filters, and you've got videos on signing people up. And it's really good. It's really good information. So what I did was I explored each one and looked at each one to see what it was, to make sure in doing this, number one, I knew what I was talking about. Number two, how do I use it? At the very top of that screen, you see like a reverse or like a funnel of blue lines. That's another menu. When you click on that menu, all of a sudden a new window opens up, which allows you to select your country and select your language. Now, it's in this section, on wherever there's videos, they all play in the three languages of English, French, and Spanish. So you can click on your country. So if you clicked on here, it was USA, and then I clicked on that, it opens up the window so I can see both Canada and the USA. If I clicked on English and I selected that tab, a new tab opens up and it shows English, French, and Spanish. All I need to do is click on what I want and then press apply. And then the videos will either show up in English, they'll show up in French, or they'll show up in Spanish. So that's how we do that. And the training videos are also the same. So the two training videos, and we saw that from the first video of how to get to they're also in the three languages. Now, to return to a previous screen, you'll see here the way this window displays. It's kind of like the information that we're looking at, the country, Canada, USA language, is on a 3/4 screen, and behind it was the previous screen. Just click on the previous screen with your finger and you go back to that screen. So really easy to navigate back and forth with doing that. Okay. So at the top row, now the top row is the sample follow-up. This is all related to the sample. So you've got the Kinko Power Band sample video. You've got, and you saw this in the gift box tutorial, you've got step 1, Power Band Explained. And this asks you if you want more info to contact you. You share the video tab and away you go. Number 2 is the same as number 1. So I've asked the company for right now if it's supposed to be that way, but it's the same video. And I'm waiting for an answer if somebody needs to program it again and put in another video. But that's what it is. Again, check out for yourself, see, make sure you understand that. The third video after that is time to call. And you're going to see this in the next slide. And the next one is send a great offer, then decline to purchase, and then purchase. So let's walk through the time to call. So when you click on the time to call, basically what you're getting here is a script. And this is the callback script. These are ideas for you to call back after you've sent out. So again, you'll read that, you'll click on your phone, and again, it'll give you a way to use examples to how you're going to follow up with the person. Most of you know how to do that, so that should be not difficult to do. The next one is the great offer, share a great offer. And again, this is the text message that you can send. And this is the, again, the email that you can send. And if you click share at the bottom, then it's going to ask you who you want to share it with. And then you fill out the prospect name and you continue. So it's just, follow the screen, It'll tell you exactly what you do. You can send an email. And then if you do send an email, from what I saw with it, it sent me the email that it was going to send out, and it sent me the text that it was going to send out. So I got to see what they were getting, and then I could add to it, which is really good. If you don't want to use this, then you want to copy it and then create your own, then copy it and create your own. It's really there for your benefit. If we go on to the next one, this is decline to purchase script. So basically it's just saying, great, and thanks for looking, and maybe we can get together in the future, kind of thing. Well, however you want to deal with it, these are just ideas created by the company. Okay. And then this is purchase products, thanks for your order script. So again, it's giving you some ideas of how to thank them and follow up with them. And again, if we're going 21st century and clicking on our phone, then this could be an added way. What I found when they would send me what I was sending out before, I could then add, my own special touch to it, which made it easy. And you want to play with that. So you want to, again, set up some examples, create a false name on there, whatever, use your phone number, use your email, send them a text, follow up on each one of those so that you really get the actual happening of taking advantage of this application. So you actually see what your customer sees. And that's what happened when I did this app, is I got to see how it worked. And once I saw how it worked and I saw what buttons I pushed and went over it a couple of times, it's like, oh, okay, this makes perfect sense. And it's easy to follow. Okay. Now, the next line is the business shareables, and there are 5 videos. Why Nikken, Introduction to Nikken Technologies, Nikken Technologies Part 2, the Nikken Wellness Community, and Nikken Standards. So again, watch the videos, understand what's there, and then you can share them with whoever you feel you want to share them with. In other words, if the shoe fits, wear it and use it. Okay. Next one is share on social media. There are 5 videos. There's the Naturist Fit Sleep. There's the Makura pillow. There's the Kinko Air. There's the PyMag Sport bottle features, and there's the PyMag water features. We did we had this weekend the quarterly review, and the #1 product for all of Nikken is the PyMag waterfall. I mean, this is it. So anyway, these videos can be shared, and they're working on some other ones, which is really nice to know. All right. And then your filter replacement tutorials. There's 3 videos. There's the Kinko Air Purifier, the PyMag Sport Bottle, and the PyMag Waterfall. Now, these right now have no music. They're just text and no voiceover. So they're supposed to have music, and they're working on that right now. But it's just text, so use it wisely. If you're sending it to somebody and it doesn't say anything, they might not understand that. But for you want to see what's on there so that it's a tutorial. So it shows you how to change or fix or replace a water filter. So it's really good. It was a great thought. It needs maybe a little bit more work, but it's a great tool. Okay. Then finally, we have the enrollment. And again, this is to become the customer or a consultant. Now, again, these simple to use. So let's click on that and see what happens. So become a customer. So first of all, you get a script, and you can use this script if you want to. It depends on where you feel comfortable or where you're not, but some ideas that you can do. And then again, you're going to share, and then what's going to happen, it's going to ask you the prospect, and it's going to, you put in that information, and then you're going to create a message, an alert, either by text or however you want to send it, so you're alerted. And then it goes into Nikken, your My Nikken, and then it's what country, United States or Canada. You get to click OK, and then it's choose to become a consultant or a registered customer, which is from your back office. So really what this is a segue from your phone to your back office to send little messages for them to get there. So once you've done this a couple of times, then you'll become very used to it. Now, I was playing with this for my first customer that I was working on for the powerhouse. I thought about doing this, and then I went right to the My Nikken and thought, well, okay, I'm just going to follow that, copy the link, send it to her, and boom, next day there's the volume, there's the order, her powerhouse on the way. So it does work, and it does create the result. And now on the 1st of February, she's going to sign up as the distributor and then get her other distributor there. So again, I'm going to send her the link, and then she's going to follow the instruction. And the reason why I'm doing that, just like this, is so that it's an education process. And we're a business of, you've heard everybody say duplication. Well, the key is, what are you duplicating? Well, you're duplicating the idea of a function. So, you're duplicating signing up customers, you're duplicating signing up distributors. Now, how you do those two functions could be different with everybody. And that's why we have many choices here on what you can do. And it just makes it great. Your ability to perform and act and create and do is going to be based on how well understand, and can apply. Okay. The consultant script, same thing. You get a script, and then you do the same information, and then it sends to Nikken. You pick the country, you click the thing, you fill out the information, and away you go. So now, so that takes care of that, setting up people. Now let's go to the people tab, prospects. We've kind of covered this a little bit. Prospects page open. You have your list. Again, you've got the ones that have alerts, and you've got the ones that don't have alerts, and you've got your filter. The filter on this page and the sort is, how do you want to sort them by, first name, last name, recent activity. So it gives you choices as to how you want to look at them, and then are filtered by, tags, or how do you want to filter them so that they pop up. So the tags here on this side are really cool. In the filter window, so I've got no filter put on, but you can put hot, warm, parked, new, customer, distributor. So whatever you want to tag them in this particular section, you can do so. And then you just at the bottom press apply. So recommendation here, just play with it. Pop in some names, pop in some fake phone numbers. And typically right now, again, you could probably use your phone number with a different name so that it sends to you or a friend, or go back and forth. Get somebody to play with, to practice with, and just go back and forth. Now, to get out of that last window, then just click on the previous screen, which is underneath in gray, and it takes you back to the previous page. Real simple stuff. We saw already that you can create a prospect from your prospect page. You don't need to send them anything. So this is just a repeat on setting up a prospect, how you add them, and the fact that their file gets created. And then from there, you can do what you want to do or need to do. Okay. And once prospect profile is open, you can edit the information or delete the prospect from the application. We already saw that in another aspect, but here we go again. So we click on edit. We're going to delete the prospect, and here's that. We could check on the history first, and then we either go okay or not. Prospect will this, and this is another thing, the history. We check on the history. We want to prospect will receive an email message with more instructions. You press OK, you send them the info, you get an alert, away you go. So what I did with this page was I just, Erin's my daughter. So I played with my daughter in this and sent her information back and forth so we could see what happened, and then that helped me with understanding what is going to happen here. I suggest you do the same. For the most part, you don't really have to worry about this stuff, but it's there if you need to. Okay, getting started alerts. The final button at the bottom, and it's the bell, okay? And when you click on the bell icon, the page on the left opens up that shows all the alerts. Well, what's an alert? An alert basically is something you set up and you created an alerts card. It shows up on your My Day page, and it's just something there. It's a reminder. So on here, it's confirm. So this is where confirm, delete prospect data, confirm, delete data. That was the one that was scary. View download data. So I could download all the data I've got on this and it sends it to me. That was kind of cool. Event reminder, and then I can download below another. I tested that again, view download data. So again, from the standpoint of alerts, if, for example, I go to events, I posted on events, the Smart Networker, and there was Balance Life, Happy Life. And then I can click and set up an alert, and the alert goes down at the bottom. And what it says down there is confirm or delete prospect data, confirm or delete data, view download data. So that's all what the alerts is. It's going to go where you send it or where you want it. And just you've already learned now how to set up an alert. So it's really easy. That's where they're located, plus the other places that you've got them posted. All right, so here we can view each alert. So we've got the alerts. So when you click on alerts, you view them. Here you've got at the top filter and edit. So you can filter and you can filter by unread, read, or deleted, or you can have no filter. So what I've come to, for me, everything is always no filter. I want to see everything. It's easy to get rid of stuff. And you can see here, if I want to get rid of them, I can either click the all button and all of these will get handled, or I can go one at a time. I can mark them as read, I can mark them as red, I can delete them, or I can cancel the transaction and move on. So it's almost like your email, you get to edit and correct and delete and keep or post or move or however you want to look at it. All right. So thank you very much that's the end of part 2. We'll stop the share. We'll come back to live. So that was a little bit longer than the first one, but it covers a lot more ground. And I'm going to stop the recording. So we've got that as a clean thing, and then we'll